Good morning, welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2014. You can follow us on Twitter at CATEX TV. U.S. military forces have made a strike in Somalia. A drone fired a Hellfire missile, apparently, at a meeting of al-Shabab network leaders about 170 miles south of Mogadishu. It's quite possible, according to Somali sources, that the leader of al-Shabab has been killed. This would be Ahmed Abdi Godane. He apparently is the spiritual leader of the group that killed at least 67 people at the Westgate shopping mall in Nairobi, Kenya last year. Again, the American military is apparently checking to see whether they got their man, but we'll keep our eyes on this. NATO leaders are expected to set up a rapid response force to deploy quickly to Eastern Europe to defend against potential Russian aggression at their meeting in Wales later this week. They're going to be meeting at the Celtic Manor Resort, a luxury hotel complex in Newport, Wales. They emphasize that the group of troops, which will be about 4,000, ready to move at 48 hours notice, which are going to be stationed in a member state in Eastern Europe, is purely for defensive purposes only. President Putin of Russia has already indicated that he would view this as a threat. The Americans, in the person of President Obama, apparently support the arrangement, but emphasize that it's purely defensive. President Obama is leaving later today, we believe, to go to Europe. He's going to be spending the first few days in Estonia, far forward on the eastern frontier, if you will, of NATO, in order to send a message to the Russians that the eastern flank of NATO is important. The Insurance Insider is reporting that Everest Re and Hamilton Insurance Group are the final two parties involved in the potential sale of the Lloyds managing agency, the syndicate Sportscover. Hamilton, which is run by Brian Dupereau, has been a frequent participant in auctions this year and is looking to get involved in Lloyds. The big surprise is Everest. Everest would be the first time that they had made a move into Lloyds. They've previously been standing alone on the outside. If they do come in, this would only leave Platinum and Hamilton as the remaining major Bermudian reinsurers, which do not yet have a presence in Lloyds. Everest is a big company. They wrote $772 million of gross premium in 2008, but they wrote about $1.25 billion last year. Sportscover said that this article that Insurance Insider is reporting is based on factual inaccuracies, but said that it could not provide a detailed response to questions due to confidentiality obligations. But Insurance Insider ran it anyway, and we're telling you. Swiss Re apparently took 100% of the primary layer of the, quote, unlimited, unquote, reinsurance cover that the Australian carrier QBE purchased last month for its Italian and Spanish medical malpractice books. QBE said that it had paid $390 million for the cover, and they told their investors that the cover that it had purchased provided ground-up and unlimited reinsurance for the two medical mal platforms. The casualty market has been buzzing with speculation about who it was that had chosen to participate. Now apparently it is Swiss Re. Italian medical malpractice has been a real problem for the London market, inflicting stinging losses on a number of participants over the years. The independent Lloyd's broker, Robert Fleming International Brokers, better known as RFIB, has appointed an investment bank to run a strategic process that's likely to result in changes to their shareholder base. The Fleming family and Partners, is likely to end up selling its 38% stake in RFIB, ending a 7-year investment period. Unusually, the family is not a driving force in the sale process. It was the RFIB board, rather than the major shareholder, that appointed the investment bank. With a top line of about £41.5 million in 2013, RFIB is one of the largest independent brokers left in London. Hong Kong police today used pepper spray to disperse pro-democracy activists who stormed a security checkpoint while the Deputy Secretary General of the Chinese Assembly was speaking. The gentleman began to speak. A group of pro-democracy hecklers in the audience interrupted his speech. They were escorted out. What ignited all this anger was on Sunday when Beijing rejected demands by pro-democracy activists for Hong Kong's right to freely choose the city's next leader when the election comes in 2 years. The Chinese said that the people are welcome to have a free vote, but that the candidates would be completely and selectively picked only by the Chinese Communist Party. The speech was delivered in Mandarin. Nobody could understand it. It's a largely Cantonese-speaking city. The message was clear. The Mandarin is spoken in Beijing, and this is what you're going to get this message in. And the message was this: anyone who does not love the country, love Hong Kong, or is confrontational towards the central government shall not be the chief executive. 6 people were killed on Sunday when an explosion ripped through an apartment building outside Paris, reducing about half of a residential block to rubble. The remains of a 4-story apartment building in the northeastern suburb of Rosny-sous apparently looked as if it had been cut completely in half. It's apparently due to a gas explosion. Meanwhile, people are aware of this in the UK. On September 18th, there's going to be a referendum held in Scotland to determine whether or not Scotland is going to begin on the road to becoming an independent country. A new poll came out over the weekend showing that the independent group is beginning to gain some steam. They're still behind 53 to 47%, but they did pick up about 15 points since the last poll. The campaign is now being waged in earnest, and this has been something that business has been following for some time. If Scotland does secede, in fact, there apparently will be wide-scale defections from Edinburgh and Aberdeen and Glasgow as companies begin to come back into Britain. That's the news for today. If we have any breaking news, we'll come back and tell you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.